Nou, dit is dus de huiskamer. En dan komen we hier bij de slaapkamer.
Oh ja.
Met...
Today we're going to discuss about reading. Yes, reading, ladies and gentlemen, you did not hear me wrong. Reading, we're going to discuss about the process of reading and why it's important in our everyday lives. Today we have with us Jervis, Elaine, Mary, and Christine that will talk to us about the entire thing, about the entire process of reading. So let's get down to it. So Christine, what can you tell me about the process of reading?
Basically, the first thing that you must have is stored knowledge, which is schema. Schema is different from schemata. Like,
So what's the difference between schema and schema?
Schema is stored knowledge. Schemata is the mental representation of that knowledge in the brain.
Oh, okay.
Schemata was believed to be abstract mental structures of organized chunks of knowledge and experience accommodated by feelings, such as stories, places, etc.
So it all takes place in our minds.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have in reading the comprehension or mental identification, which is the act of understanding the text.
Okay.
So in comprehension is the core of the reading act. So basically you must comprehend a passage or a text in order to successfully accomplish a reading process.
Also, to become a good reader, we have to start comprehending the text in order to understand it and to know its full meaning. Okay, so now we go to Jervis. So Jervis, what about you? What's your take on the process of...
First, you have to recognize the printed language symbols such as the sentences, paragraphs, and drawings. Second, you have to attach the meanings based on your schemata or background knowledge. Third, you have to fuse or relate your schemata with the author's knowledge based on the written text. Then finally, construct a new knowledge based on your schemata and the author's knowledge.
Alright, now I will discuss about bottom up and top up. Here, let's talk about the reader. In bottom up, the reader is passive. How come it is passive? In bottom up, the reader only accepts what the author's ideas about what he sees on the visible information on the page. For example, this is the reader and this is the ideas on the page of, written by the author. We only accept what the author says about, and then it doesn't need your schemata, what you know, in contrast with this we call top down. In top down, the reader is active. How come the reader is active? He simply uses those schemata, what he knows, his background knowledge. He simply zeroes in with those knowledge he knows about the world, which this what makes sense in understanding the reading material. Now actually the bottom up is what we call the low level concept, and then this schemata is simply we call this the high level concept.
Okay, thank you, Mary, for your own interpretation and your own knowledge about the process process of reading. We go over to Elise. So Elise,